Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to the Pixie Palace. And today we're here for the weekly Oracle card reading for May 8th, 2022. And instead of using my usual fairies deck to do this reading, I'm going to be using the Earth Magic Oracle cards by Stephen D. Farmer. I haven't used this deck for a while, so I wanted to switch it up a bit since we're heading into spring and possibly summer very quickly. I don't know about you, but our weather has been nuts. We've been going from high 50s to low 80s within a week. It's been insane. And we'll probably go right back to the 50s before the spring is done. But as we're going into this week, the energy is still feeling very vibrant, very positive, very life-affirming as we're doing our inner work and as we're awakening to different aspects of ourselves that we might not have been aware of before. We are starting to tap into the gifts that we have. We're starting to take action that we need to do in order for the universe to continue to support us. So as we go into this reading, I can't wait to see what messages come through and see what this week has in store for us. So as we get into this reading, I'm doing this part like 5 million times. I have a heart crystal, which I really like to keep near me in these readings. It's an amethyst, and instead of trying to hold it and dropping it like I kept doing, I'm going to put it in this box so you guys can actually see it. So let's see if I remember where the camera is. So yeah, it kind of gives you an idea. It's really, really beautiful. And as you can tell, it's a beautiful marbly kind of design to it. I got it from Arabella's Crystals, where I got a lot of my crystals. And it's just absolutely beautiful. The amethyst energy really helps if you have anxiety, if you need grounding. And it tends to absorb some of the franticness that anxiety can put you in. So not sure how that is. I'm not exactly a pro at what crystals do. I know the basics and what works for me. Sometimes one crystal will work one way for one person and might not work at all for another. So again, it's not a cookie cutter thing. It's really what you align with. So as we get into this reading, I wanted to show you guys the back of these cards. And this makes me think of the Tree of Life. Is absolutely gorgeous. And as I shuffle the cards, I had a kind of a weird start to the day. It's been a very good day. It's actually been productive considering. But I just could not get my energy going this morning. I slept, but I kind of tossed and turned a bit. Even Timmy was low energy. He's on his second nap right now, which I envy him big time. And I just could not wake up. And my body just felt off, and I thought, oh man, I hope I'm not getting sick. And I'm not, and now I'm fine. It's just, I think there's sometimes we just have to slow down, listen to our body, listen to our energy level, because that's an important thing to be aware of, how our energy is, and just go with it sometimes. Now, if it's something that you feel you're really getting sick, or something's really, really off, where it's not a good thing, then of course go to the doctor, get yourself checked, make sure you take care of yourself. But in this case, I think it was really one of those things I really had to listen to my body, not push it too much, because not every day is going to be a high energy day. And I felt, I was in a positive state considering. So I just did some low energy tasks that I needed to get done, like some admin stuff, and had some tea instead of coffee. So I treated my stomach a little bit gentler today and just really went with it. And I'm really glad I did, because when you hit resistance, it just makes it all that much worse. So I'm starting to learn to listen to my body a little bit more often. So if you're having one of those days, I'm sure you can relate. I think we all have those days. And it is okay to slow down sometimes. All right, we're going to... Of course, I'm dropping cards. I blame Michelle Angel Souls because she drops her cards all the time. Big shout out to you. I love you, Michelle. But now I'm dropping cards, so it's all your fault. Okay, let's try this again. Woo, I'm getting all disheveled. Aren't you so glad you're watching this? Oh my goodness. Well, like I said, I'm going with it today. My energy has been up and down like crazy. So I'm not sure what's up, but the energies in the world are kind of chaotic anyway. So sometimes you just have to ride it out. So, all right. Let's get it done. Okay, let's see what the universe has to say. Interesting. Okay. All right. I can get behind this. It's the autumnal equinox release. And this is a very interesting card because I'm actually in the process of doing this with a few things in my life. And really, it's a gentle reminder this week to let go of what no longer serves you. And it's not always an easy thing to do. Depending on what it is, whether it's a situation or a person or even a belief system, what have you, if it's no longer serving you or even worse, harming you, it is time to release. And when you release the old, it allows the new to come in. And it's usually a whole lot better than you would have ever imagined. When we hang on to something so tightly, that is resistance. We refuse to see what is going on right in front of us. We want to hang on to that person. We may even direct energy at them, wishing that they would come back, or missing them, or just anything to hopefully bring them back to you. But when you start putting out that energy of lack or that needy energy, it usually repels them. And it's not even a conscious thing. It's really just an energetic thing. Because, of course, when we go through certain things where we have to let go of someone or a situation or a way of life, of course we're going to have our feelings, and it's okay to have our feelings. We're supposed to have those feelings about it, and that's part of the human existence. But when we allow it to take over our lives, when we allow it to keep us from moving forward and really realigning with our true selves again, that's when it becomes more of a toxic energy. So when we send that out to someone, even if it's subconsciously, in our energy of missing or lacking or what have you, that person will feel it. And it's not like they'll consciously know, oh, this person's sending me this energy, but that energy will affect them in a way, it'll make them step back even further. Even if they had considered maybe reaching out or coming back in their own time, if it's meant to be, that'll negate that and they'll step back even further. I've seen prime examples of this, and it's also one of those things when you do release, you truly have to let go. I'm guilty of this in the past where I'm saying I'm letting go of something and I'm like, okay, I'm in that mindset. I know I have to let go. And logically, I knew letting go would bring fresher, new energy, new things that would serve me better and that I can serve them. And it would be much more beautiful co-creative energy. But I didn't truly let it go. I was letting go in hopes that situation would come back and or have that situation magically resolve itself when it's not meant to be. Not everything is supposed to last for all of our lives. Sometimes a person or a situation is there for a season. We learn our lessons that we're here to learn. They help us grow in our path and vice versa, hopefully, whether it's a negative situation or a positive experience. And when we start understanding this and really taking this to heart, we start taking back our own power. We start allowing ourselves to release the old to bring in the new. And in that, we really start growing ourselves. And it's so important because once we learn these lessons, that that situation or that person is there to teach you in that experience, we won't keep repeating it, because life will bring that lesson back if we haven't learned it the first time. And it doesn't always look the same. It could be a totally different situation, totally different person, totally different belief system, what have you. But it will come back in some form until you learn it. And it's not there to punish us. It's not there to make us miserable. Believe me, the situation I'm letting go of, and still in the process of letting go, it's really, really difficult. I'm going to tell you, it sucks. And it's really, really been a very tough situation for me. But at the same time, I know that when I do fully let go, which I'm getting there, the universe will open new things for me. And that's a beautiful thought. It's a comfort to me, because I've seen it happen before in my life. And sometimes life is hard. And that's when you should surround yourself with people who uplift you, who support you when you need it. Do things that bring you joy. Don't always focus on the situation, because when we focus on it so much, that's another form of resistance. When we're so fixated on it working out or it not working out, or why did I do this, or beating yourself up about something, it just attracts more of that energy, whether it's more events in your life or you just feeling that and being in that funk. And again, I'm not going to say this is easy, and even the universe is not going to say in their own way that's easy. Lessons are hard to learn sometimes, but there is a certain power that you start feeling when you start learning these lessons, because you start taking those little fragments of yourself back. You start realizing your worth, and you start realizing that usually when one thing ends, another thing begins in a more beautiful way. When you let go of something that no longer serves you, you may be saying no to that thing, but you're saying yes to the new. So I know I keep repeating myself, and really that's the message for this week, is to release and work on that. There's no magic solution. There's no magic bells and whistles on how to do it. Some can do it in a meditative way. If you need to physically remove yourself from the situation, you'll know if that's the right way. Sometimes you just need to redirect your thoughts on something else. It may be creating new habits that are healthier for you. Like I usually say, even in baby steps, if you're going on this path to release, you will start seeing things working in your favor a little bit more each day. You'll start noticing that it gets a little easier each time. And when you're more mindful about releasing, and maybe releasing that situation or that person with love, not with hate, not with anger. We all have those feelings sometimes, but we have to process that before we can fully release. But once we are ready to release, send it with love. Or if you can't do the love thing, do it neutrally. But do it in a way that serves your power as well as negates any toxic ties to that. And even though this is the autumn equinox type of energy, the release card is very fitting for the start of spring. We're going into spring, we're going into new beginnings, we're almost into summer right away, and it is a time to create our new path. Really start recognizing our own self-worth, our own value, and taking our power back from toxic situations. So it is time. I keep hearing that. It is time. It's something we hear about a lot, but as I said last week, the universe does repeat certain messages that we do need to be mindful of. And that's really what it is. It's finding that balance between releasing the old and allowing in the new. So in this week, make sure you take care of yourself first, in an unselfish way. Fill your own cup. Balance is the key, as well as grounding yourself as you release. And you'll start feeling your own power within. So with that, I hope you guys like this video. Please click like and subscribe if you like these type of readings. It'll help me know what kind of content is most valuable for you. And also, in response to a poll I did on my Instagram stories, a lot of you have voted that you wanted to see more vlogs and in the life of Pixie videos. And I was really, really surprised. I didn't think anybody really cared what I was doing. But I will try to do that occasionally. So if I haven't done one already, by the time you see this video, there should be another one coming next week. Or this week. Whatever week it is. I lose track of time. Don't mind me. So I hope you guys all have a beautiful week. I love you all. Thank you for your support. And until the next time, to know yourself is to know your truth. Namaste. So as we get into the reading, I have one of my favorite crystals with me, my amethyst heart. And let me see if I can hold it so you can see it. Oh, yeah. Ooh. As I get the hiccups. Yeah. So, we needed the bloopers, didn't we? Yes, we did.